All right, so what we're going to look at, we've been talking about linear equations, and we have two forms, and those two forms are slope form. So we have slope form. We've used this one the most. Slope form is y equals mx plus b, or like y equals 2x minus 6, y equals negative x plus 4, y equals 1/3 x minus 2. These are slope-intercept form, or slope form. So like on this one, 2 is my slope, and negative 6 is my y-intercept. Here, negative 1 is my slope, and positive 4 is my y-intercept. On this one, 1/3 is my slope, so up 1 over 3, and negative 2 is my y-intercept. Then we looked at standard form, and standard form is the one where the x and y are on the same side. So 3x plus 2y equals 6. So standard form is the one that we have to divide. That's what we should remember. When it's standard form, we're probably going to have to divide. So if I want to figure this out, I can say my x-intercept is, if I take 6 divide by 3, that's 2, 0. My y-intercept, I take 6 divide by 2, that's 3, so I get 0, 3. Look at one more example, like if I have x minus 2y equals, say, 8. So I put a 1 here. So my x-intercept is 8 divided by 1, so that's 8, 0. My y-intercept is 8 divided by negative 2. You have to use the negative with it. So that's negative 4. So my y-intercept is 0, negative 4. And then we graph. We can also find the slope. Well, what we're going to do today, what you're going to do, is you're going to look at the third one. This one is called point slope. And the equation is up on my board. It's the one in blue. It says y minus y1 equals m, which is still slope, because it's talking about slope, times x minus x1. So it'll look like this. Y minus 2 equals 3 times x minus 4, we'll say. So what you have to do today is I need you to change this and figure it out so you can tell me the slope, the m, which is the slope, and the b, the y-intercept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this side, and I'm going to say 3 times 1, that's 3x. And then I'm going to say 3 times 4 is minus 12. And then I have to do a little bit of algebra. See, I want to get the y all by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do plus 2, because I want the y by itself, so I have to do the opposite of minus. So the opposite of minus is plus, and so those cancel, and then I'm going to add it to this side. So y equals 3x minus 10. So use your calculator here. So now I can say, okay, Mrs. Elgert wants the slope. The slope is 3. The y-intercept is negative 10. So we're going to try another one. So really, you're just learning a skill today that we need for other stuff. So let's say you're given y minus 4 equals negative 1 times x plus 4. So my first thing, y minus 4, I have to multiply. So I'm going to take negative 1 times x, so I get negative 1x. Negative 1 times 4 should be minus 4, because a negative and a positive give me a negative. Now I'm going to do algebra, because I want the y by itself. So I'm going to do plus 4 and plus 4. These cancel, so y equals negative 1x. Well, negative 4 plus 4 is 0. So you can put plus 0, or you can just leave it. But then today you're going to tell me then the slope and the y-intercept. My slope is negative 1. My y-intercept is 0. Okay, let's try another one. y plus 6 equals negative 2 times x minus 1. So y plus 6 equals negative 2x. And then if I multiply here, I have two negatives. So that's plus 2 times 1 is 2. And then you want to get y all by itself. So instead of plus 6, it's going to be minus 6 and minus 6. So cancel. Y equals negative 2x. 2 minus 6. If you use your calculator, that'll give you minus 4. And then you're going to tell me the slope is negative 2. The y-intercept is negative 4. So my slope is negative 2. My y-intercept is negative 4. All right, I'm going to show you another one. Now this one has a fraction, and you'll be okay though. I'm sure you will. Let's say y plus 5 equals 3/4 times the quantity x plus 4. So I get y plus 5 equals, and when you multiply these, it's 3/4 x. Now when you multiply here, you have to be careful, but you can do this. You're going to take 3 times 4, so that's 12, but then you have to divide by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and it's positive 3. Then I need to get y by itself, so minus 5 minus 5. Y equals 3/4 x. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So my slope is 3/4. My y-intercept is negative 2. All right, let's do another fraction one, just for practice, because in algebra there is quite a few fractions. Let's say it's y plus 0 equals 1/2 x minus 6. So y plus 0 equals, this one's easy, 1/2 x. Now this one, 1 times 6 is 6, but then you have the 2, so you have to divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And this is positive and this is negative, so it's going to be minus 3. And then this one's very easy. If you subtract 0, if you subtract 0, not 8, 0, y equals 1/2 x minus 3. So my slope is 1/2. My y-intercept is negative 3. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do some practice today, changing these point slope, so changing point slope to this form and telling me the slope and the intercept. Then you are also going to do a little bit more graphing from a long time ago, what we've been working on. You will have to do some graphing this way and some graphing in standard form. Have a good day.